Hello there, I'm the Tin Man, and welcome to episode 21 of the Road to Dice Gear series. Shown here is all the weapons and gear we're going for in this series. Let's dive right in. That special time has come once again. I've officially hit 64 keystones of the signet I need. And of course, like my usual luck with keys, I got way more of the other keys, like 78 tertius keys, like 77 versus just 64. I mean, it's only like a good, 20% more, so it's not too bad, but still. So I'm going to do what I did last time, where I start with the keys that I already have the signets for, and since I already have them for all of them, I'm just going to go right down the line, starting with Primus, and then ending with Sextus. Alright, first strip of the Primus signets, or the Primus keys, and just to give us a starting point, I'm at 1,019 kills. There it is. There's the first signet of the trip. That's my 5th Ascension signet. And something that we absolutely do not need. But, always good to get. Didn't take me too long. I think that was like 10 keys for it. So, hopefully the first of many. And wow, very next kill we get a Sextus key, which I'm almost a little more happy about that than the signet. Because this one I actually have a use for. So I just got the one signet from my Primus keys, which I guess is about the right drop rate. Hoping to get a couple more from Secundus, although, I don't really need them, but, signets are still nice. There we go. Finally I get a Ascension signet number 2. So I was putting together this episode, and I realized that somehow some clip got deleted, or something happened and it, got put in the wrong place or got corrupted, or... Anyway, somehow I don't have it, but... The meme is half over now. I did manage to get myself an Acto Tempest body. I got it a couple of days ago, and I was just like, oh neat, there it is. I was expecting to go ridiculously dry on it, since I went so lucky and then lost them so stupidly. I was expecting it would take me a lot of raids to actually get one of these back, but I got it back, so... In case this is actually needed for tanking something at hard mode next, I've got it. Obviously don't have a second one to augment, so I won't have augments if I need to use it for hard mode next, but I do have it. Rest in peace, melee augmented Sun Spear. It's been really nice knowing you, and your deeps were amazing. But Jagex decided to nerf the shit out of you, so I'm going to change you to range and never look at you ever again. It doesn't affect... it does obviously affect... my DPS at Telos a lot, and it's going to be most annoying for P3 because sometimes if Telos drains your adrenaline, you rely on that longer Zerk to be able to get still even the normal amount of thresholds off even with an Adren pot. I would normally Zerk and then Adren pot and then Quake for the increased accuracy for the later ones because I don't want to be splashing my entire assault, and then by that time I'd be in the red beam, and usually I'd be Quake almost in the red beam, or I'd Quake in the red beam, and then I'd assault. And usually the assault will bring my adrenaline down to 30% or something, because he just keeps sucking it out of me. And I would maybe get a hurricane out after that in my Zerk. Normally if I did make it, I would barely make it in my Zerk. And now, I don't even think I'm going to be able to Quake, and then as long as he doesn't drain my adrenaline, I'm going to get an assault off. But if he drains my adrenaline and then I hit high and he keeps draining me, it's gonna be real hard to get my entire assault in the Zerk. Well, I DC'd, and I guess this is what I have to come back to. The dog loaded. Nothing else did though. That's odd. I guess it's the background for Death's Office. It's kind of neat. Almost looks like an abstract painting down here. Huh, this is interesting. So this is the rewards from 0 to 150, which is a 14 kill streak, so I get to keep most of this. I got 3 Rocktail drops, which is just awesome. That's really nice out of all of this. I'm going to start back at 100, just because... Oh, that's the wrong number. I don't really want to deal with doing another hour of 0 to 100 if I'm just going to DC again. Well, the bright side of dying, somehow... I still have a sign. I knew I had 10 minutes or so left before I could use a sign when I started that last kill. I know that going into P5 I had 2 minutes, so it must have killed me with a 30-second cooldown on my sign or something, so still have my sign, which is super nice. Anyway, with this nerf and then also hard mode next coming, I'm gonna restructure my goals a little bit. Like it's only gonna be like a very minor change. I screwed up a P3 and died. So yeah, I'm gonna add in all the hard mode next drops that are good. Like obviously, if there's ones that are trash, then I'm not gonna go for them. And I don't know if there's gonna be any like upgrading next gear, but if there are, then I'm gonna obviously want like the tier 85. I guess they would be DPS boots or whatever the hell they're gonna be. Then the new prayers are gonna be there too. That's not really weapons or gear, but I'll make a new category or something. And then I'm gonna decrease the number of planted feats that I need because I no longer need them for melee. Finally, an Onyx drop. Damn, that took a while. It's been a long time since I got an Onyx drop. Hopefully I get a second one so when I eventually die, without getting an orb, I get to actually keep them. I'm pretty much just going to need one for a main hand ranged weapon whenever I get a Shadow Glaive, or if they make Crystal Chakrams augmentable. So I'm going to have that with Planted Feet for like a Sea Singer wand, but for a range, where it's a one-handed so I can keep a shield on and keep that kind of stuff. And I might put it on a dark bow or a shield bow. I'm not exactly too sure yet about that. God damn it. Extended Runic, and I sign on the second kill of the what was supposed to be a good 2-hour session at Telos because the beam changed and I was just sitting here chilling watching myself DPS the fuck out of Telos instead of realizing, the beams haven't changed in a while. Maybe I should be ready. Nope. Looks like I'm going to be wasting a good hour of this 2-hour aura just sitting, doing nothing. May as well do some Legios while I wait. Well, that was the last Secundus key that I have, and didn't get another signet. So that first signet was all I got, which is a little below drop rate, because I think I had just over 64 signets. Yeah, I think I had around 70 or so. So just the one signet from that. So as long as I'm below drop rate, then it means that, hopefully at the end with my Sextus keys it should, like, catch up a little bit. Because I'm a firm believer that that's how statistics works, even though it doesn't. No! Fuck, no! Are you freaking kidding me? No, fucker. That's just so stupid. I freaking DC'd. Signed because I DC'd. It was the second font. So the first font I immortality'd, and the second font I was planning to font the minions, and then I hit them a little too hard in my Sunshine with Dragon Breath, because I just did a single Dragon Breath, and I guess that plus a Corruption Blast killed, like, too many of them. So I only had 3 left, so I was like, okay, whatever. I guess I'm just gonna sign this is the last kill of the trip anyway. And then I DC'd. And it wasn't like a complete DC like last time, it was just a most of a DC, where I was gone for, like, 10 seconds instead of, like, 30 seconds. And I signed because of that. Except it was the really annoying kind of DC, because after that it was like I could do things, but in like literally like a 5 or 10 second delay. It was awful. And I had already signed at that point, so I was trying to use stuns and stuff to try to delay it as much as possible, but there was just no hope. It's just so stupid. Ah, I don't get to keep that Onyx! Oh, I was psyched. I was psyched about that Onyx, and I was hoping that I was gonna get something, so I'd actually get to keep that Onyx, but nope. Here's the loot. Minus Onyx. 13 kill streak, so it's like 65%. Frickin' DCs, man. Frickin' DCs. Oh, fuck. I loaded the wrong preset. I didn't even look at anything that I was wearing before I just jumped in, and I hit the wrong preset. Well, shit. Alright, well. May as well eat this yak. Boom, I have thresholds now. Watch this, Telos. Reflect! Boom, DPS yourself, you dummy. Damn. I heard somewhere that like if you like use barricade and then X-log, sometimes you can like it sometimes works at some places, but I guess it didn't work. Oh well. I signed again, so back to Legios. What the hell? What? Oh my god. Oh my god. I just got a Legio pet. Oh my god. What? That's not real. That's are I are you? Oh my god. The, I like have to go for them now. What? Oh my god. What? What is it? What's my KC? 1214. I think the threshold's like 1200, so I must be like just over the first threshold. Oh man. Oh man, this changes my strategy completely. Oh man. I mean, oh man, can I wait to get an offhand and defender? Or do I go for them now? What the hell? Oh my god. I'm gonna have to think about this in a sec. I'll get back to you. So, after much deliberation and a lot of math, I've decided that I'm gonna keep using keys, at least for the time being. Since I'm barely over the first threshold, um, saving keys all the way to the second threshold would just be a super overkill. Because 1200 keys of each type would be way more than I need to get all the pets. Um, and so I'm going to keep using them in hopes of getting a second pet before I start saving them. Whenever I dump the keys, I want to have like a 75% chance or so. It's 50 to 75% chance of getting all the pets. And if I can get a second pet before I start saving keys, then it'll make the number of keys I have to save a lot less. I'm sure this made zero sense, but basically I'm going to use keys. I'm going to use about 500 more keys, and if I don't get a pet by then I'm going to like reevaluate and do a lot more complicated math to figure out exactly how many keys I need to save. And if I do get a pet by then it's going to make my math a lot easier and all that kind of stuff. So for now, I'm still using keys. Yay, another Onyx. Hopefully I get to keep this one. Well, I didn't get any signets out of all of the Tertius keys that I had, except for the Corrupted Signet, obviously. So, out of this session, I'm dipping further below Lucky, so hopefully I'll continue to be below Lucky and I'll catch it all up on the Sextus keys with hopefully getting at least one, hopefully two. This week I continue the hard grind on Telos, trying to get that Staphos Escape before hard mode next comes out. I also started using my Ascension keys, so hopefully I can get that offhand Ascension crossbow and range defender sometime soon if I get lucky with the Sextus signets. I also got one of the Acto Tempest bodies I need, so only one more to get. I hope you liked this week's episode. Be sure to like if you liked it and comment down below if you feel like saying something or asking a question or anything of that nature. And I do make new videos every Thursday, so be sure to subscribe if you want to see more.